another lessons on computer vision hands-on. So in today's lessons we are going to write a program. So basically the program is about reading the or loading the video file, and then we are going to load or we are going to read some specified frame from the video. Okay, so you can see the complete program statement here. Okay, so write a Python script that capture the first 2000 or not 2200 frame from the videos and convert them to grayscale and then save them as an individual frame. So instead of 200, you can increase or decrease your number of frame you want to display or you want to store, because this is a very important task whenever doing the video analytics. Okay, so video analytics also is a moving frames, and or each frames has some images, right? So this is the meaning. So from video we will capture all these frames, okay, and then we will try to analyze, but for this program only we will print and save the images. Okay, so for doing so we are going to use OpenCV library. Okay, so that is called CV2, and then after we are going to load the video. Okay, so first let's decide the video path. Okay, so video path, so whatever video file you have. So in my case you can see inside the data I have some video2.mp4. okay, so I'm going to locate that data. So video2.mp4, right? So this was the loading part or just file path. Now we are going to call the video. Okay, so we are going to call OpenCV library to read the video file. Okay, so video captures, sorry not this one, it called video captures. Okay, cv2.video. okay, so this function we have to call captures, and inside this one we have to pass the parameter. Okay, so video path. Fine, so this is a very simple step. Now we are going to check if our this function is executed successfully or return something or not. Okay, so how we can going to check? So if not, so captures is the short form is open. Okay, so we are going to check are we able to load the read the file or not. Okay, so from this one just like we are checking is this file opening operation is working perfectly or not. Okay, if not we are going to show error. Okay, so error could not open the video. Okay, so this is very important, right? Because we are going to handle each and every step. Okay, and we want to make sure our code is working perfectly and all the handling is also done. Okay, so that we will focus on some of the part, because this is very important, right? We have written some code like if we are checking the error. Okay, so we don't have to now think about is video is opening or not, or is there something else error. Okay, so this is a very good approach while handling the errors. So it's giving assurance, right? We are doing everything right and on right directions, or this way we will also save the time. We will not only think in the mind. Okay, sometime we will cross check here. Okay, so now we are going to decide the frame. Okay, so let's call frame counter, and maximum frame we are going to count it here. Okay, so let's call max frame. I'm going to first decide 200, not 200, 20. First 20 frames we are going to, and then we will increase more and more. Okay, fine. So we have set here frame. Now we are going to read the frame by frame we are going to load. This was just for opening the video. Now we are going to start loading. Loading is reading. Okay, so how we can do that? So RET, okay, and then frame. Okay, so why I'm doing so? So this functions cap dot read. Okay, this will return two data type. Okay, so it will return two tuples, you can see boolean and mat like. Okay, so it's just like numpy array, and this will be type of boolean. Okay, so this will confirm like our loading the frame is successful or not. Okay, so this is fine. So also do the same thing. Let me copy this one so that we will save our time. Now we are going to check which one, this one. Okay, So if not RET, fine, then just check the spacing. Okay, so in our case error should be could not open or could not read the frame, okay, not the video, because we are checking here video opening. Here we are going to frame from the video file. Read the frame from the video file. Okay, so this one, and also it's not break, we are going to, it's not going to exit, we are going to break. Okay, so because we are going to only break this loop. In this case it will terminate our program. Okay, it means now we are ready to return because there was something error, right? Now if we want to print this frame, so you can see list of numpy. Okay, so numpy array, so it's a type of multi-dimensional numpy array. Okay, fine. So after we have done, like our assurance is done, like if able to read frame by frame or not, so this was fine. Now everything store at this frame. Okay, so now going to print. Let's first convert, okay, because after loading this frame, so you can directly display this frame. Okay, you can save this one, but now we are going to convert to the grayscale. Okay, because our program was to load the frame by frame and convert the frame to grayscale. Okay, so grayscale. Okay, so equal to CV2 and then CVT color, and then here pass the frame. Okay, so frame, and then here we are going to call the mode. Okay, CV2 dot color BGR to gray. Okay, now this one, after this one is done, now we are going to save the file. Okay, so save the frame. Okay, so how we can do that? So first let's create some image file, dynamic image file name, and then inside formatted string we are going to, because in our case you can see we are going to output, we have to mention, so where you want to save all these frame is individual images. Okay, so I am going to store inside this output. Okay, so I am just going to mention like this output folder. Okay, and then I am going to give some name. Okay, so how we can give this name? So like this and underscore. Okay, and then you can see file counter. Okay, also you can give here the complete name. So let me show you. Also we have to do some escape sequence, yes, we will get error. Okay, so file, or it should be not file, it should be frame. Okay, so any standard name frame, and then underscore, inside this one it should be frame counter. Okay, each counter will be stored like that, and then png. So if we are dynamically creating the images name, okay, or frame name, so it's which name we are going to store, because this is path where we want to, so dynamically we are creating the file name, and then cv2 dot im write. Okay, so write, and you can pass the image file name, and then after grayscale. Okay, so you can directly pass this one. Okay, frame, if you want to save directly the original frame. Okay, without, because it will be in video, what will the, it's either the color black and white, everything is fine, right? But if there is color images, we are going to convert in a grayscale. Okay, so you can directly store this frame as well. Okay, we do not have to convert it to grayscale if we want. Okay, but grayscale is very useful because most of the calculation work we are performing on the grayscale for decreasing our computational time. Okay, so this was the thing. Now we are going to increase the frame counter. Okay, so frame counter plus equal to 1, right? this one is increasing the frame counter. And now we have to also check how many frame we have to go print, only 20. So we have to write at breaking conditions like frame counter greater than equal to max frame. Okay, so max frames, so let's make it the plural form, max frames, and here max frames. And then if this is achieved, then we have to break this loop. Okay, fine, breaking the loop, and then everything is done. Then after the loop is executed, we have to going to close the, we are going to release the resources. Okay, whatever resources used by this program. Okay, and then you can print, also you can print at the end how many frame we have printed. Okay, so if like that, total frame. Okay, so total frame, how we can do that? So we can do frame count, right? Frame count. Fine. Okay, so let's run this program and see what is the output. So you can see currently this folder is empty. Okay, output. Now after executing this code successfully, we will see some file here. Okay, so I'm going to run this one. Okay, so you want to see the log, you can see the log. Okay, here. Okay, fine. So you can see our total frame 20, and now you can see the data here, right? So you can see everything is working perfectly. So there was no any issue. Let me open any of the data. Okay, you can see the first frame is this. Let me change the frame. Okay, so next frame is this. You can see the continuous. Okay, so you also see in per second, per minutes per second, how many frames are is, in video. If you know the detail of the video concept, so video is also type of moving objects, moving images, and each images can be count as in different frames. Okay, so per second how many frames we are going to fluctuate, we can visible to the screen. So that is called frame rate. So that is maybe in 1 second 20, 30, anything could be there, right? So I'm going to show there will be only little bit change in next frames. Okay, so you can see still there is no difference, but I'm going to clicking just by just. Okay, so you can see our frame is moving. Okay, so you can see, you can also track here, also you can track here. We are going to little bit closes. Okay, because okay, so you can see now our this car is moved here. Okay, so as it's a per second, like which time what are the positions in this images of frame. Okay, so which time which frame is able. So let's call to the next one. So you can see in the last frame our object is, this object is here, this object is here. Okay, cross this one also you can see here. Okay, so similarly if you want to increase the number of frames, okay, what you have to do is just you have to increase the frame rate, not frame rate, limit of the frame. Okay, so you can see I mentions here. Okay, so 20, let me decide 200. Okay, let me call it 200. It will take more time. Okay, so based on your time, so you can decide things. Okay, so let's me rerun this one, and we have to wait for longer period little bit. Also you can see here our frame output is generating, right? So you can see our output is generating. Okay, okay, so 200, fine, 200, fine. So let me show you the first frame. Okay, so this one is first frame, and then I'm going to print a show you 50th one, 50. Okay, so this one 50, you can see this one frame rate is here. Also let me show you 200, so 190, because frame counting was started from 0. Okay, so this one, so you can see the frame 0, this frame is there. So this is screenshot, and you can see object inside this screen, and 50th frame, so you can see this the object. Okay, so you can see there is lots of changes, and these cars move to here. Okay, so you can see now in last frame you can see 2000 nth miss in 2000, not 2000, 200, 199 is frame is this one. Okay, so this one, fine. So this is very important, like whenever performing this thing, so this program is going to helpful. After that, maybe also you can apply the object detections, right? You can count moving cars, okay. So there are many applications based on this object detections, defining the boundary boxes on each one, okay. So also we are going to add some labels on the tracking, also we can apply some other concept like adding labels to all the moving objects like that, okay. So there is many useful cases or application based on this one, okay. So video processing is very important, okay. So similarly, video is a type of images. So if you know the concept of image processing and video processing, so lots of project you can do easily, okay. So but this was just core feature, how to load the video and save frame by frame, okay. So I hope you got some idea from there, and also you think how these type of things are working, okay. So you can see there is no any hard code, right? So the simple code here, okay, and is this here. Maybe if you are similarly, if you are building some restaurant applications, or maybe if you are want to apply CCTV camera detections, right? So this concept is going to very helpful, okay, because we are going to load the frame by frame, just like attendance system. So all these are applications in core, they are using this type of concept, okay. There is more concept, not I'm saying just only this concept, there is many other concept based on the project need, but just I'm saying the core technology is like that, how the algorithms work, okay. So thank you so much everyone for this video. If you have some more doubt, or if you want to build some applications, or if there is some other models available in the market that is more efficient, so you can also comment down below. I will try to cover as well in the coming video, okay. So thank you so much for watching. Let's meet in another one.